Okay, so I know I've not done video like this in a long time. This particular one is about an audio message I received. Uh, Someone sent to me on via WhatsApp, and I've been meaning to do this video, but kept shifting it until I said, it's now or never. So before I'm going to respond to that message, I will want to play it. It's another message that I said earlier. So I will play it so that you understand um, why my response is going to be the way it is. So you hear it out first. Um, Now, this is not specifically about the person that sent me the message, because it's not like the only person that um, guilty of this, you know. So at least sometimes you will sound to some people that are making things up, you know. So let's hear it first. So before I continue.
Then another thing again, there was a time when I was I was having an issue with my timing belt. Whenever I put timing belt, it won't last. It will just be cutting. So later we now discover that the seal for the top cover, that's the top of the top engine, the seal is leaking. So and that leads to the constant cutting of the timing belt. So as a result of that, what we did is, I now say, okay, they now advise me to change the top. So the mechanic then in Lagos was telling me that all the top that he checked from the guy that sell parts, that the E12 top are not that strong. So the guy later advised me to go for E7. So right now, as I'm talking to you, the top that I'm using for over a year on top of that in this year, on top of the E12 is E7 top. So I don't know whether using this E7 top, I don't know if it will give me an issue. But I just say I should ask you.
Okay. Before, I think I'm going to play this video again before I try to respond. Um, So this is not the first audio message I received from the person. He sent about two or three, and describing, um, the purpose of contacting me. Yeah, and so he has a Z9, that is a phase 2 607, which has, according to him, has a factory EW12J4. Since it's Z9, so that makes it a 3FY EW12J4. That's a 2.2 petrol engine, which you also find in 407. Um, Remember, this is a 3FY version. The one that on the cylinder head you see engraved E2. It has a Z9. He sent me also the pictures. I saw it, and including the other messages. So said I don't know how long he has had the car. So the message, this particular message that I just played, which I'm going to play again, is about one of the issues he complained of he was having on the vehicle. And one of them, I explain one is an abuse he did on the vehicle, on the engine. And that is, remember I said it's 2.2-liter engine, which he removed. Now on the message, he claimed he removed the 2.2-liter engine cylinder head. Cylinder head is what Nigerians locally call top cylinder. So the engine cylinder head, he claimed he removed it and mounted the 1.8-liter cylinder head, which is that of EW7J4. So I need to explain a little what message he laid before he said this. So I'm going to play it again so you understand. Now you at least have background information to this message that he sent, you understand what you know he is trying to say on this message, and then you also understand why I'm going to respond the way I'm going to do concerning this particular message. So this is the second time I'm going to play it now.
Then another thing again, there was a time when I was I was having an issue with my timing belt. Whenever I put timing belt, it won't last. It will just be cutting. So later we now discover that the seal for the top cover, that's the top of the top engine, the seal is leaking. So and that leads to the constant cutting of the timing belt. So as a result of that, what we did is, I now say, okay, they now advise me to change the top. So the mechanic then in Lagos was telling me that all the top that he checked from the guy that sell parts, that the E12 are not that strong. So the guy later advised me to go for E7. So right now, as I'm talking to you, the top that I'm using for over a year on top of that on top of the E12 is E7 top. So I don't know whether using this E7 top, I don't know if it will give me an issue. But I just say I should ask you.
Okay, so now you've had it, so you have a better understanding. So first thing, you see, I have a lot of things to say. I will just pinpoint them one after the other, because this is more like going to be a rant video. So first thing I'll point out is it makes no logical sense for the technical ones that are listening to this video that knows EW12J4 engine and the EW7J4 engine. It makes no logical sense to say, oh, the reason why I decided to abuse this engine by removing the EW12 cylinder head or mounting EW7J4 cylinder head instead is because, the EW12 cylinder head cover seal is bad, or is not durable, or is always giving issues and leaking oil and damaging timing belt. That's why I am using EW7J4 cylinder head covers instead. That's EW7J4, so that I can use the EW7J4 cylinder head cover. That's the crap. That's complete crap. I don't know who gave you that information. And personally, if truly, I don't want to believe this is actually the what led to this abuse on this engine. But if you actually believe this, I'm telling you, saying if you are the car owner and you believe this, then something. I don't think the problem or the issue was with the mechanic, but you, the owner. Because for fuck's sake, if you look at both cylinder head covers, both the EW12J4 and EW7J4, how can you say, oh, this one has a problem, the other one, when they are basically the same in terms of the type of sail that is on EW7J4 or EW12J4? There's no difference in terms of, oh, this one lasts longer. So all you need to do before you make such a decision to say, oh, should I swap this or take your advice, why didn't you look at both sides to have a better? How can you tell me, oh, swap this thing, when this is almost basically the same thing that you are saying that this one is bad, yeah, this one is good, but they're basically the same in terms of the seal under that, or we call it gasket, not necessarily the seal. The gasket that is under that cylinder head covers on both engines are, like I said, basically same quality, same design, no difference. So how come the EW7J4 will not be the one that don't give issue? That doesn't give issue, but the thought of EW12J4 does. Like I said, I want to believe that was not actually, maybe you didn't get your mechanic right. So I'm going to show something that I want to believe probably was what your mechanic was having issue with in fixing which was why he now did that advice for you to do that swap, or the parceller in Lagos or whatever, like you say in the message that advise you. I don't want to believe it's the cover, not the cover. It can't be. If it's covered, then it is the most stupidest thing I've ever had. But like I said, it makes no sense to even talk about the cover is the reason why this stupid abuse was done on this engine. So I attached a picture under here. I want to so this picture I took it by myself from EW12J4 engine, but 3FZ version. So now you look at the particular, you can see the one my two fingers were basically like pointing at. I'm talking about, you see this, the timing belt on two sprockets. So the sprocket that is facing the sidewall, the firewall, you know, that is facing towards the inner part of the, or how do I put it? Let me see if I can zoom in. Okay, so this sprocket, this is the timing sprocket. In other words, the exhaust camshaft sprocket. So this particular one is the non-VVT on this engine. So which is the exhaust camshaft sprocket. So while this one is the intake camshaft sprocket. So I want to believe that the issue that caused whatever you said that is constantly causing oil leak is from here, as far as EW12J4 is concerned. So probably you didn't understand the word your mechanic was using. So you assume they meant the cylinder head cover. If you are actually saying truly is the cover that caused all these things, I mean, like I said, it's the stupidest thing I've ever had. If that is true. Now, there was a time I did a video. I don't know, that was either last year or 2 years ago. Probably I did an article, I can't remember which one. So I talked about issues that most EW12J4 use, irrespective of the version 3FY, 3FZ. What I mean is the one you see E2, the one you see E4. You know, there's some Nigerians, when they see that one engraved E4, there was also EW14. That's ignorance that's making that. It's EW12, please. So I did a video and I explained most users of this particular EW engine series will or may not experience constant oil leak from their intake camshaft sprocket seal. There's a seal behind this particular sprocket. This thing you are looking at, this is a VTI sprocket, variable VTC sprocket, variable timing camshaft sprocket. So there's a particular seal behind, even behind the what's it called, the exhaust camshaft sprocket. This particular one, it has a seal. However, this one also has a seal. But then the seals behind these two sprockets, the seal is like in between the camshaft. That is what is preventing the oil from the inside the cylinder head from coming out to the sprocket onto the timing belt or into the timing chamber. Now, here is the mistake. That's why I say I made a video because of it. Here is mistake people make, especially in Nigeria. Let me use one Nigerian because probably those in the West, they understand what they are doing. The seal behind this, those camshaft seals, those camshaft sprocket seals behind these sprockets, they are not the same on EW12J4 engine. Now, see why they make that mistake, Nigerians. On EW10J4, EW7J4, the seals on these two, or behind the timing camshaft sprockets, the seals are the same. Those two seals behind those intake and exhaust camshaft sprockets are the same. Now on EW12J4, the seal on the exhaust camshaft sprocket is identical seal on that of the EW7J4 and EW10J4 sprockets. So it's basically like one seal for these three sprockets: EW7J4, EW10J4, EW12J4. For exhaust camshaft for EW12J4, while for these other two engines I mentioned is for both the exhaust and the intake camshaft sprocket seals. It's the same. But when it comes to the EW12J4 intake camshaft sprocket, this particular one you are looking at on the screen, when it comes to this, the seal behind this sprocket is different from the exhaust camshaft sprocket, from the EW7J4, from the EW10J4, or whatever. I don't know which other EW series engine you, even EW10A is different. So the mistakes Nigerians make, most Nigerian mechanics and even parts sellers, yes, they also make that same mistake out of ignorance. So what they do, they just assume that since EW10J4 is using one seal for the two sprockets, and since the exhaust camshaft on this one is also same seal on that of EW10J4, so that this particular one, the intake camshaft sprocket on EW12J4, should also be the same seal. So when eventually, of course, seal is a seal, is a rubber, eventually they wear out. Sometimes it depends on, some things can make them wear out faster. For example, when you switch for one engine oil grade or engine oil brand or engine oil quality or whatever to another, this thing, it degrades these seals faster, especially if the seals are started to become a little bit weak, but not that necessarily weak as fail. It degrades them much faster or weaken them faster, and then they start leaking. So when they start leaking, instead of these people to now say, okay, oh, this is the actual or the correct seal for this particular sprocket you are looking on the screen, they will still give you the same seal that's for exhaust camshaft on this engine to put here. And then what's going to happen? It will even start leaking more or worse than when you even had that original weak seal or failed seal. So this is the reason why most EW12J4 users have this always constant oil leak from this sprocket. Once they start leaking for the very first time, it will be very hard for them to have it corrected. So I knew all this problem until I said, you know what, maybe I can provide solution for this. It's not like it's a big deal. Since the problem is not because these sales are available, but just that they don't know. There is not even available in Nigeria. I tried, there's no place I did not check. OEM, this and that was not available. Probably because there was no demand for them. People don't request for them. So why would dealers bother? But personally, if I were to set up a store and start selling parts now, I will get them because I know people will come and demand, oh, I want sale for so and so. All you need to, the right sale, you give the person. If the person doesn't want the right sale, but insisting on a particular sale, number or part number, then if you are very sure that what is still what is demanding this, you want the sale for is for this your engine, then don't sell, because most likely he's going to buy, when you start leaking, he will come back and complain that the sale you sold to him is bad. So you can as well not bother to sell to the person, Just like when you are buying from Pan, or what we call Pan Nigeria, normally they sell parts with the VIN. Provide a VIN. If they give you the pan, you provide a VIN, indicate the part you want. With the VIN, they will source get the part number and sell it to the part with that part number on it. Unless you specifically is requesting for a particular part number. So coming back to this, So I decided, let me to, provide the solution to this problem. I ordered this sales in some few quantities, not even that much. Order them, say okay. The funny enough, it wasn't from Europe, so I know how it is now with exchange rate. So I went for a high quality brand, got exactly this particular sale, not like guesswork. I got exactly this. I remember I posted it, advertised it, put it online since last year or so. Then guess what? Do you know that up till now, do you know how much I put this thing? 13,000 naira. So people will say, oh, because I know a lot of mechanics will call, they know me now, call, well, please, you are having this issue with this car. It keeps leaking. We even change the sprocket. It keeps leaking. Well, I'll tell them, see, I have the same original one from Europe. I order myself from a very well-known brand. So this is the price. You know what I usually get? Not just even from the mechanic, but from even the owners. When I tell them 13,000, I say, what do I mean? How do I say? How can I say a camshaft says 13,000 naira when the normal one they usually buy in open market is 1,015, and I'm selling this 13,000 naira. I'm very greedy. I'm very this. Some even before I even finish, they'll cut off the phone on me. Some will even send message and do this and that. So up till now, do you know not a single one has been sold? However, without exaggerating, at least minimum of about 20 people have contacted me on this particular sale after I marketed it. And why didn't bother to buy? Because of the price. They were like, why will you sell 13,000 naira when other people are selling a normal camshaft say 1,015? So to them, they would rather keep risking buying water, because they don't even know what they even want. They don't even know what exactly the sale looks like. They don't even know. All they know is, oh, probably this one they sold. You see, they sold to me was not good quality. That's why he couldn't prevent the oil from leaking out. Now let's come back to the audio message. So because of now, not say, oh, I'm claiming you knew about the cost of the sale, or you knew about the previous video I did on this, or you saw my advert on this before you made a decision to change, remove the cylinder head and put that of underpowered engine. But which one makes sense? Spend 13,000 naira, because I don't even know how. Okay, you said your timing belt has been cut. You have been cutting your time, because once oil start leaking from here, of course, it will wet the timing belt, and once you wet the timing belt, it will weaken it. So which one make more sense? How many thousands or hundreds of thousands have you spent every time your timing belt cuts? You to damage your cylinder head valves. You have to replace, probably change gasket, change the valves or whatever, only for it to cut again. And as it's leaking, it's burning oil, you are topping up oil all the time. How much have you been paying for labor for all this work? How much did it cost you to buy the EW12J4 cylinder head to do this modification on your engine? Now, how much is 13,000 naira? That is a permanent solution for your like I said, see, this is not just one person. You might think, oh, I'm picking on this guy. No, I'm talking about this is what Nigerians do, which is a very stupid thing. As in, I keep saying, as in, everybody just keep beating about the bush. I can tell you, I've come across Peugeot vehicles of various models with this 2.2 liter EW12J4 engine that owners or previous owners or the car dealers have converted or modified the engine by removing the EW12 cylinder head and swapping in either EW, that same EW7J. In fact, this is like the first time I've been hearing of somebody swapping EW7J4 head on EW12. Usually it's EW10J4 head. So this is like the first time, hearing somebody. So either on 2.0, you are even putting 1.8 on a 2.2 liter engine. Like saying, oh, you remove V6 cylinder head and put that of 2.0 liter engine. Yes. So this is not the first time, and let me tell you what's going to happen to that engine or any other person who have done this type of horrible abuse on your EW12J4. Go and prepare replacing that engine. Don't look for money. If you have, then it's not a problem. That engine is going to die. I know how many people have done reverse such stupid conversion after their engine failed or became so weak that you just become undrivable. People who are telling you, because of course once they do that cylinder this thing, because you can't alter the what they call dashboard wire. So because of that, they have to continue running the engine with EW12J4 intake manifold, throttle body, and the rest. Then probably, so you see, you use this thing. However, the engine issue will now be seeking for the VVT solenoid function. Remember, it's the engine issue that controls the torque, engine torque, and engine HP. So when some functions of the EW12J4 that is not coming to EC is not sensing it, it will mess up the running of that engine. So it's just a question of time. That your engine is just, like I said, start looking for money because it's going to kill you. I'm not talking about the upper part, I'm talking about the bottom part of it. It's going to wreck it. You're not the first person it happened to. So I'm just giving you, what do you call it, expo. It's going to happen. You say 1 year, of course, people always tell you, oh, I've been using this for 1 million years and no issue. Crap. Bring the vehicle to me. Let me prove how shitty your vehicle is. If you think you can do such a horrible abuse on your vehicle, only for you to come and the car is running very well. It means you can't even tell what is you can't differentiate what is good or what is bad. Bring your car, will show you how horrible your car is. I don't need to, I just prove it to you. You see it. Or probably you may not even need me to. Just go and drive another Peugeot vehicle of same model with same engine that is in good condition, not abused, no kind of horrible conversion or modification done on it. Drive that one and drive your own. Then come back and tell me, oh, my car has been running for how many years? No issue with this useless, I don't know, part of modification people do on their cars. I mean, who even thought of putting EW7J4, EW12J4 engine? How crazy did that even sound? I mean, I can't even imagine anybody coming to me to make some kind of suggestion. That would be the end. In fact, it's not just about cutting out that person. That would be like, find somebody else to be doing your car repairs. I don't take shit. As in, you have every right to do anything on your vehicle, but what you won't get me is to be involved in that shit. It's not like some people will come and tell me, oh, I want you to, oh, my car is overheating. Please, can you convert, run my fan so that it will stay constant running? Fuck that. Not gonna happen. There are cases where I know people bought their car and I told them, see, before I even do anything, I have to reverse this abuse fan connection back to factory. So after doing that, I think a few cases, I realized that there's a few other components, one or two other engine cooling system components is faulty, which wasn't showing at the time when the fan was run direct because the engine was not pressurized. The system wasn't pressurized, the cooling system. So it will look as if the cooling system is okay until when you now put back the fan to factory connection, then boom, This other two, one or two other faults will show itself. So those people will now say, oh no, please reverse it back. I say, fuck that, it's not gonna happen. You pay me to reverse your this thing back, reverse it back to factory connection. If you want to abuse it again, take it somebody and let him do it. If you want to take me to bring police, well, let's talk about it. I'm not gonna do it. One of the things I do, back to factory. Let somebody else abuse it if that's what you want. If you are serious enough, then let's fix the problem once and for all. Whatever that is causing the other overeating, we'll fix it. Which probably was what made them do that abuse in the first place, because something was bad. Instead of them to fix what was bad, they went and introduced or made the issue complex by bypassing the factory wiring connection to the fan to give it temporary solution. So yeah, let's say people, I see a lot of people do this crazy shit on their EW2. I'm using some words here. Some people will say, it's not good, it shouldn't be. Fuck that. I hate when people abuse cars in this manner in Nigeria. The funny thing I always tell people, if you know you love abuse, if you know you can't do without abusing car, you see Z9. That's the least car you should have on your mind to own. If you know that abuse is your second nature of car maintenance, you can't do without messing up your vehicle car system. The hell are you doing with Z9 Phase 2 607? You know how complex that car is. That car has so many electronic control and everything being controlled by one tiny module called BSI. So once there's any kind of this thing or especially electrical, it will crash that BSI. It's handling so many things. Ask people that use Z8 Phase 1 607. They're even the one that suffer it more when they abuse their vehicle, because it was even the Z9 BSI was improved on to be able to handle some of those things, because there are so many things it has to handle. So instead of you to help the vehicle, that module, to do its work, you go and compound the issues for you. It will crash. So that is not a car, it's not a 406, it's not a 407. And somebody is removing cylinder. It's not like I said, this is not the first time. People do it a lot. 406, 407. Well, I could say honestly, this is the first time I had this nonsense. It has been done on a Z9. Cylinder head, EW12 removed, EW7 mounted. Why? Because of 13,000 naira oil sale. If you want, I can go into just like this video. It will stay too long. I'll go into the component, how the EW3FY system works. Compared to when you relate it to what that has been done on this engine. Mounting EW7J4 cylinder head on EW12J4 engine. People, of course, it's not just EW12J4. They do it a lot too on EW10A. How many people have done it, have been able to enjoy their engines? A year, 2, sometimes you may not even get it up to 3 years. Look for another engine. And those 3 years will be horrible experiences. I could go on and on, So, I mean, sometimes I tell people, see, if you get money, forget Nigerian used vehicles. Yes, I buy cars for people, I inspect, but it's a lot harder for me doing that job. Trust me. It's a lot much harder. I like it when people come and say, hey, add a new car to Kumbo. Get search and get for me. It's seamless work. Yes, they abuse Tokumbo cars as well. But it's much easier for me to pick, I don't even need to watch Western. But Nigerian use, because this is Tokumbo car, just few places I need to put my eye check, do this, that's all. There are some Tokumbo cars I don't even bother scanning. And I'll tell you, okay, look at it, okay, this car is good enough. Why do I need to scan? I need to look at the wiring connection, everything, how intact they are. Have they been touched? Why put a scanner? Even if there is a worst case, one sensor is faulty or about to fail. Is that why I should bother myself? It's a used car, so anybody, when you buy, you see if it's an oxygen sensor that is showing sign of replace. If a catalytic converter that is showing sign of block or something, you make out and replace it. That shouldn't be a reason for me to start wondering whether to buy the car or not. But Nigerian use, oh fuck's sake. You will put your head, even if you have to put, there's no, you spend minutes, sometimes close to an hour, before you even talk about scanning to see if what are these other places, this particular place they usually mess up. Have they done it on this one? This one have they done? I mean, it's a tough job inspecting Nigerian used Peugeot vehicles for people. I mean, this car can be packaged and somebody will buy as a very clean 607 phase 2. I mean, the person without even to know, it could tell you, oh, you see, it's EW7 engine. First for 607 with the EW7 engine. That's the best. You're not going to suffer E12 while anymore. The next day, oh, this 607 is a horrible car. This car is killing me. Yeah, people are saying Peugeot is a good car. Look at this car. Every day I'm at the mechanic, I'm doing this. What a horrible vehicle. And the stupid ones will be online here and say, yeah, you said, I told you, 607 is a horrible car. Stupidly, nobody has even seen the car to even know the condition of the car, to know why the person is having those experiences. But, majority stupid. I mean, humans, they are really, really that stupid. Not saying everybody, but I mean, when you see how humans behave, think at times, especially when they are in the majority, once they come together and start, you just marvel. What Nigerians do on their cars, especially Peugeot vehicles. Few. You can actually see few people who are actually taking care of their car. People always think it's all about spending money. No, it's not. You don't need to spend money to not abuse your car. People who abuse their car actually spend money to abuse them. It's not like they don't, because they didn't spend money, that's why they are. No. You spend messing up your car, removing this, putting the wrong thing, doing this in the name of what? What pisses me off most time? Oh, so that the car will consume less fuel. So let me do this horrible thing on this vehicle. As if everything about car is about fuel consumption. So it's a messed up situation, that's why I say I want to do this video. I mean, guess what? To see how humans are, I mean, especially Nigerians, I don't get it. Before now, I was saying, if you want to, of course, before I was doing free consultation, it doesn't matter. People call, I spend minutes, hours, explaining for free, fucking free, no dime. For years, people will be in their cars, I will diagnose fees. I don't collect a dime. People who are watching this will tell you that. Some of them will be here, even though some of them later insulted even anything that is related to me by blood. Call me all kinds of names. The same people I spend hours under rain, under sun, under their car, fixing for free. They came back calling me names, insulting any kind of name, That's humans for you. Provided all kind of consultancy services for them for free, for a dime, for nothing, So at the point I said, okay, it's time I monetize this thing. I think I've tried enough. Initially, I said, okay, if you can't pay the full consultancy services, I pay 1,500. If you have any issue you want to consult, you want to respond to, post your question, contact me, post it. I'll arrange your post. I didn't limit to how many things you want to talk about. Even if it's 10 questions you want to ask, fine. Limit it, send that one, send my this thing, pay the 1,500. I'll respond to it. I'll give my advice. Oh, it's too bad. How can you be charging for this kind of thing? You're supposed to do it for free. Even though I have our own other means of doing my own things to make money. But you shouldn't. Why will you charge for that? Now is how much? Of course, I realize people people will always be stupid. Yes, the stupid will always be there. Of course, not everybody. I've increased it. I think it's currently 5,000 now. If you can't pay the full one. Because I don't care anymore about who can afford or who cannot afford. Serious ones, you know what you want. You know what to pay. Now, okay, let's put it, that 5,000 naira. If your mechanic has made such a suggestion to you or advice, which one is better? Pay the 5,000 naira to fear from expert to give you a better advice. If you have paid that 5,000 naira, or you that 1,500 naira at that time, maybe you did this thing, you say a year ago, so probably at that time was say 1,500 I was charging. You have paid that 1,500, or worst case, even that 5,000 naira, and the advice he said, oh, this is your problem. Your problem is this oil seal. And how much is the oil seal? 13,000 naira. Which is a better option? Go ahead, I choose not to pay that 1,500 or 5,000. Go ahead and get spend how much. I know how much the minimum you can spend buying a cylinder head. And the worst I'll go with you change the air gasket. Of course, you're not going to do it for free. The mechanic will not do it for free for you. And now what you've done is already ruining your engine. So if your car is still going to use that car for long, just go and prepare for engine replacement. That is, if at all, that's the only abuse that has been done on that vehicle. I mean, to be logical in your life, once in a while, think, what are the wrong one? To stop thinking just now, the wrong one, which is better? Everything must be free in your life. Is that what you want? Okay, how is it working out for you? So, in fact, I'm considering soon I will probably even remove that option A of that 5,000. So that if you don't have that 50,000, that's, well, bye-bye. You know, the funny thing, I also put that option too. Go to my YouTube channel, any video or post there, you post it as a comment, your questions. I always whenever I have time, I'll come there, pick those serious ones, I'll respond to them for free. I say put that option, it's still there. And of course, people are like, if I can't get it for you for free, directly, you're supposed to respond. I'll call you. You keep your phone running for 1 hour. Let me explain my headache to you so that you pour your knowledge, your IP, everything for free. So that anytime I always call and, I'll be there providing that solution. Because not only you sabi, not only you money better for. Na only you will get bills to pay for. Na only you will get other things where I know dey. So I leave other things, businesses or whatever I was engaged in that time to listen to your car problems and so anyway, I just pointed this out just for you people to understand. For those who probably don't, sometimes like I say, when I talk about it, it look like I'm making things up. It's not only this person that have done this. See, all this is I'm saying, I'm not pointing at this guy. I will maybe saying you or this or no. I'm saying every other person that is doing this or have already done it on their Peugeot vehicle with this engine, especially EW12J4 and EW10A engine, is very, very notorious in Nigeria. This is what most users of these engines in Nigeria, they do it on their cars. Some even buy it in that condition without even knowing. Some buy it even knowing because they are told, we've done this, now your engine will run better because no longer that useless EW10 or EW12J4. Now you don't get better engine. Now it's EW10 or EW7. Tomorrow your ECU will crash. You start calling, hey, why is my brain box always burning? Who did this thing to me? Anyway, so just wanted to, yeah, did I sound harsh on this video? Of course I did. But it didn't piss me off when I heard this message. I just I'll respond to it when I have time. Nigerians really can be very messy when they come to their car ownership. Peugeot no be by force. So see, I don't work for PAN or anybody or Peugeot this thing. So it's not like it's my responsibility to market their cars for them or make people buy their cars. Though indirectly, my activities online about Peugeot is also promoting their brand. And I believe majority who have watched this video, who are watching this video, most likely are considering buying Peugeot or already owning their own Peugeot because of me, because of some of the things I do, or because of, yeah, probably because of me, maybe directly or indirectly. Because somebody who have watched my activity or who is following me likes Peugeot or bought Peugeot, and you saw that person and realized the person enjoy it, so I decide to buy yours. One way or the other. When it comes to Nigeria, majority of Nigerians use Peugeot or are using Peugeot or considering using Peugeot because of my influence somehow, one way or the other. So let this, I'm just saying, I'm not trying to make people change their maintenance culture when it comes to Peugeot. I know I'm done doing that. What I do now is the serious ones. The information is there. I've done over 1,000 videos on my YouTube channel. I've written hundreds, if not thousands of articles explaining this and that. You know how long it, you know how many hours it takes to prepare an article? Sometimes days. You have to prepare, look at what you've done, maybe add this, remove this, do that before you publish. How many of you pay me for that? Some do show appreciation, even when I'm not expecting them. But the rest, I'm not asking you to send me anything for that. But these informations are already given out free. Yeah, you see people will be complaining, but I came to, why wouldn't you provide this information for free in your own private time? So that's why I decided, let me just do this so that anybody that have ears, well, I don't care anymore. If you want, pierce your ear. It's there for free. If you want private this thing, you pay. We'll deal with that. The normal way I provide the service. If you want to not continue doing what you are doing, wrecking every Peugeot car that cross your path, hey, knock yourself out. It's not my business. After all, if you go and buy a mess, I can choose, it can be the vehicle, I'll look at it and say, no. I mean, take it elsewhere. I'm not going to touch that car. You made your choice, because if you ask me to go and get a car for you, I can never recommend that sort of car to anybody. So, if I can't recommend the vehicle, you expect me to come and kill myself repairing that mess. So, I hope the person who sent me this message have listened to this video. However you feel, it's not my problem. Feel bad that I spoke this way. Feel good. If I were you, you should feel good, because irrespective of what I say, I don't know you. I don't know. It's not like we know or know anybody. So all you need to take this positive message as a positive thing and work towards reversing your car back to how it should be. Look for that sale. I put that. Maybe I will revisit or advertise that or post the advert of that sale. I don't even know. Because at the point I decided maybe I will just keep those things. Like I said, how many? I think I ordered just 5, either 5 or 10. Because I know I ordered other things, including the when I ordered that particular sale. Other things so either it was only 5 I ordered for this particular sale for that intake camshaft sprocket for EW12J4, maybe 10. At the point I said, I think probably I'll just keep these things, because who knows, I may become E12. I have plans for E12-307 project. Maybe it could be a sign that I shouldn't even sell to people who don't appreciate EW2. I just keep them. Maybe in future it will sign me. Why bother to resell? So I probably may not bother again to order if I decide to sell these ones. Once they're out, I won't bother, because people they don't care. They don't really, Nigerians, the majority don't appreciate their cars. So probably what I'll do, I'll just keep like 2 pieces, two of those sales, keep it for myself. Maybe the other 3, if anybody show interest, I'll sell them. And that will be the end. If you want, you go and get it yourself. If you want, convert, put EW7J4 engine. So my or EW7J, even EW7J4 engine, I've seen people do, they've done it now. EW7J4, EW10J4. No, not EW7. This is the first time I'm seeing EW7J4. No, I've seen it before. What am I saying? Only that this person wanted full EW7J4 on EW407 original with EW12J4 with 4-speed automatic transmission, and was running the EW7J4 on that vehicle with EW12J4 ECU. Yeah, EW12J4 ECU. Was running it, and the car was horrible. He had to go and buy another, buy EW12J4 and put it back. I didn't tell him. He told me. I knew the car when it was original EW12J4. Suddenly, he said, I saw EW7J4. I was like, in the 407, automatic, EW7J4. The car became a snail. This was like a testimony before. He became a snail, unmovable. How can that low-powered engine pull a heavy car like 407 with attached to automatic transmission? Of course, with the other things the ECU will be doing, because the ECU will be acting up on the engine. There's so many things it's supposed to do. ECU, like I said, controls the torque, the HP of the engine. So when you start getting all these wrong signals, it will mess up those control. The torque will not be there. It won't give you the actual thing you want, even though the engine is already underpowered. But it still pull the power down. So if you want, I'll repost it. You can buy your own sale. If you own a EW12, can buy and keep if you fail, so that you have something to replace, because you won't find it in Nigeria. I mean, I'm telling you, ask your mechanics where they go and find it. Usually they will tell you use ones. New ones, they will go and get that EW10J4 and give you. Say, it will work. Usually the word they use, okay, it will work. Try now. So you still see it as a positive. But if you don't, hey, I mean, it's not my problem. So I hope this video resonates with people that have logic. That's all.